David Daniel Ducker here, and today I wrote a scene in which our daring heroes, mounted on dragonback, fly from the heart of the Lemurian Empire out to the frontier to investigate the lack of contact, the non-contact with this small coastal fishing village. And what they find when they arrive on that scene is desolation, is a scorch mark in the earth. The buildings, the people, the foundations of the buildings have been eaten away as if by acid. So our heroes then move to follow this trail, like a slimy slug's trail that has burned a hole in the landscape. And they follow that back to a cave, to a cavern, where the brainier of the two, our mousy brunette character, Iode, who is riding a silver dragon, at least in this draft. This is my first draft still, obviously. Ventures into that cave in pursuit of what monstrous creature has done this. And she, of course, encounters it. But our point of view character is Cleonike, is the leading lady, the brawler of the two characters. And as Iode is in the cave, Cleonike is very worried for her best friend. And then the pursuit, Iode is chased from the cavern by the monster, this hideous acid monster, this slimy, oozy, amoeboid creature. But together, with help from their dragons and their magical powers, they're able to defeat it. So that is the first chapter in this story. The purpose of the chapter is really threefold. One, to introduce our two main characters. Two, to provide some action and a hook for the audience. And three, to provide an inciting incident. Because investigating the source, the true origin of this creature, is going to form the rest of our novel's narrative, or at least part of it, that will then lead forward into a greater narrative in the final act. So what I really enjoyed writing about this scene, this chapter, was probably the intro of them flying over the river and the landscape and describing all of that. I know it's not always the best way to start out a scene, but I do love those. I know it's cheesy, it's a little cliche, but it's something I have a great fondness for. And then, of course, the ruination, the desolation, this mystery, and the tension as Cleonike is waiting outside. I'd love to sneak in a little bit of that dungeon crawl element or aspect. And this is a different way to do it, where you don't see the person who's going into danger. You have somebody waiting for them. And there's just so much tension there, possibly more tension than the person who's going forward and has something to do. So I think that's all I really have to say about this first chapter. I think it drafted very well, and while I don't usually send out alpha copies for anybody to read, because it needs editing and it needs revision, but I did with this one because I think it does read well, although it will obviously, of course, need revision and editing. So that is what I wrote today. So in the comments below, or leave a video response, what did you write today? That's what I'm very curious about. So I think this is a good video concept. Until next time, I'm David Daniel Ducker, and I'm signing off.